All right, let's get into this Roger McCreary trade. Traded to the Rams from the Titans. Roger McCreary is a talented NFL quarterback known for his competitiveness, versatility, and ability to make plays, especially when contributing to run defense and pass coverage. His special qualities include a high motor, lateral movement, and the ability to play both outside and in the slot, which makes him a valuable asset for the Rams secondary after a recent trade. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fire sale has begun in Tennessee as we just got the news from Adam Schefter that the Titans are sending cornerback Roger McCreary to the Los Angeles Rams, and it is a pick swap, conditional fifth round, sixth round. So the Titans will be getting that fifth round pick and sending a sixth round to the Rams. I think this is an extremely dumb move by the Tennessee Titans as you just lost possibly Darrell Baker Jr. to a concussion. He might miss next week. We know L'Jarius Sneed was just placed on IR. So your remaining secondary is Jalen Armour Davis, Marcus Harris, and Samuel Momack III.
All right. And that's the storyline there as part of the script. So he's headed to the Rams. It looks like the Rams might have had a bye week. Their last game, they beat the Jags 35-7. That's interesting because McCreary was the 35th pick overall in the draft in the second round. You see that? Out of Auburn, the 35th pick overall in the draft. And look at the Rams' last game. Again, they beat the Jaguars, and the Rams scored 35 points. You see that right there? So this is their next game, it looks like, November 2nd. They're going to be at home hosting the Saints. And the Titans trading McCreary here. It looks like they lost to the Colts 38-14, October 26th. And their next game, they're hosting the Chargers right there. So there's more. This is the title of the article here. Titans trade Roger McCreary to the Rams for a conditional 2026 fifth round pick. They trade McCreary and a sixth round pick to the Rams on Monday for the conditional fifth round selection. And let's pull this up here. So look, this is 106 days before his next birthday, which is February 10th. And Tennessee equals 106 as they trade McCreary. Once again, look how it hits. I want you to notice Los Angeles, he's going to 109 in the same cipher. You flip the 9, it's that 106, but that 109 relates to the story I just dropped. I forgot how to say his name. Paul Biya, oldest president, Cameroon, won the election again. That was look at their birthdays are 3 days apart. And look at that news Monday, 109 days before his birthday. And you see how the 106 and 109 hits with these two stories. Again, Tennessee 106, Los Angeles 109. 106 days before McCreary's birthday. And then this oldest president story, 109 days before Paul Biya's birthday. And, they had some protests and wanted like a recount or whatever, or they demanded credible results. Look at those numbers right there. So he was on the Tennessee Titans, headed to the Los Angeles Rams. Man, he fit nicely with Tennessee. Look at that. Tennessee Titans 216 in the same cipher. Roger Lee McCreary 261 for this cornerback here. Even his upcoming birthday is the 41st day of the year, and Nick Mangold died at age 41, former Jets center. That's trending. So look at how these stories are all connecting. These ones are popping at the top of my algorithm. I've said it before. I understand if I have an algorithm that stories are just, they're going to hit and connect by that algorithm. I understand that, but then you're talking people's deaths and stuff like that. I don't know. Somebody's going to have to explain that to me, you know? I think these stories are just pumped out by patterns and the numbers and the language. And that's, that's scary. They're talking about people dying, right? Kidney disease with Nick Mangold. But Roger McCreary's next birthday, the 41st day of the year, and Nick Mangold died at age 41 with that football connection. 21 on McCreary's jersey, and that matches his birthday, which is 2/10, February 10th. 2/10 like 21. Cornerback equals 5 right there. C's the third letter, B the second. Added up, you get 5, and you can see it's already reduced at the 5. He started 38 of 55 games in his career, even. And this trade to the Rams for a conditional 2026 fifth round pick. I guess I just have the 13 in there as well. Is that the coach? Looking all wild right there. So another pretty simple one. We can't invest too much time into these stories. Break them down. Move forward.
The real story of the day. Roger McCreary is now a Ram, a former second-round pick, predominantly played in the slot in Tennessee. Any chance you'd be able or willing to detail how he fits into your secondary?
I think really it provides depth. We've got such a unique player in Quentin Lake that can do so many different things. God forbid, and if something were to happen, it solidifies that if he wasn't able to play the star, you got somebody in. But I think more than anything, a guy that has some inside outside flex, overall competitor, felt like it kind of fit. We've got some injuries where, Akello obviously has been banged up. We've missed him, and we'll get him back at a certain point. D. Will got a little banged up with his shoulder. Been really pleased with Jacoby and Emmanuel Forbes. But being able to add depth to our room, a guy that might be able to help us out on the perimeter on some special teams. And Aubrey coached him in the Senior Bowl when we were talking about him. Really,
right. And we don't need to hear the script and the story and the soap opera stuff. So yeah. Decode, keep it moving. Titans trade cornerback Roger McCreary to the Rams for a conditional 2026 fifth round draft pick. That's the decode. Until next time, peace.